You know that feeling when you wake up in the middle of the night? Mind racing with all the things you didn't do yesterday? Your phone glows beside you, and before you even check it, you already know. Messages waiting. Things undone, your chest tightens. And in that dark moment, you wonder, why does everyone else seem to have their life together when you're drowning in your own to-do list? What do those impossibly productive people know that you don't? How much longer can you keep pretending you've got it handled when inside you're constantly playing catch-up? Is there actually a way to feel in control without sacrificing everything that makes life worth living? And most importantly, what's the real system they're using while you're stuck following advice that never actually works? Wait. Stop everything. You're not failing at productivity. Productivity is failing you. Everything you've been taught about time management is backwards. Every guru selling you morning routines, every app promising to fix your life, every motivational quote about grinding harder, they're all lying to you. And I can prove it. Think about this for a second. When was the last time a productivity hack actually changed your life? Not for a week, not for a month. Never, right? There's a reason for that. And it's not because you lack discipline. But first, you need to understand something that happened to me last Tuesday that changed everything. I was sitting in a coffee shop, watching this guy at the next table, 3 phones out, laptop open, color-coded calendar, the works. He looked like productivity incarnate. Then I heard him on a call, apologizing. Again, missing another deadline, another commitment, another promise broken. That's when it hit me. He wasn't productive. He was performing productivity. Big difference. See, the entire productivity industry is built on a foundation that ensures you'll always need more advice, more systems, more apps, more guilt. It's like diet culture. But for your time, they sell you solutions to problems they created. Then when those solutions inevitably fail, they sell you new ones. And you keep buying because, what else are you supposed to do? But here's where it gets really interesting. Picture someone you know who seems to have unlimited time. They're calm, present. They get things done without the constant anxiety. Now notice something weird. They're not following any productivity system you've heard of. They've discovered something else entirely. Your brain processes about 11 million bits of information per second, but you're only consciously aware of about 40 bits. That's 0.00036% of what's actually happening. So when productivity gurus tell you to just focus or eliminate distractions, they're asking you to override 99.99964% of your brain's natural function. No wonder it doesn't work. Think about it. You're fighting 11 million things with 40. That's like bringing a spoon to a gunfight. The real secret that nobody mentions is that truly productive people don't fight their brain. They dance with it. Which leads to an even bigger discovery that completely destroyed what I thought I knew about motivation. Here's a truth that'll save you years of suffering. Motivation is not a requirement. It's a result. Let me say that again because your whole life is about to change. Motivation is not a requirement. It's a result. Everyone's waiting to feel motivated before they start. But that's like waiting to feel strong before going to the gym. Completely backwards. Think about brushing your teeth. Are you motivated to brush your teeth? Do you need a vision board of clean molars? No, you just do it. No inner negotiation. No pump-up playlist needed. The difference isn't discipline. It's design. I learned this from my friend Sarah. She writes 2,000 words every day. Every single day. When I asked her secret, she laughed. Secret? I put my coffee maker next to my laptop. Can't get coffee without passing my writing. By the time I have my cup, I'm already typing. That's it. No willpower. No motivation. Just physics. Successful people have designed their environment so the right action is the easiest action, not through force, through architecture. But this works perfectly until you discover what's actually controlling your time. And this next part might make you angry. Right now, you're running programs you didn't write. Scripts installed by school, society, social media. Scripts like busy equals important and more hours equal more results. And if you're not exhausted, you're not trying. These aren't truths. They're viruses, and they're replicating in your mind every single day. Remember in school when they taught you to sit still for 8 hours? To ask permission to use the bathroom? To work on their schedule, not yours? You're still following those rules. 20 years later, still asking permission to live your own life. Here's what actually works. Instead of adding more to your plate, you need to question what's already there. Every commitment in your life is there because at some point, you said yes. But past you didn't have current you's information. Past you was an idiot. No offense to past you. You're not someone trying to be productive. You're someone discovering what actually matters. This might surprise you, but the most productive people on Earth share one counterintuitive trait. And when I discovered this, I couldn't believe it. Bill Gates said he'd always hire a lazy person to do a difficult job because they'd find an easy way to do it. He was onto something profound. Laziness isn't the enemy of productivity. It's the engine of innovation. I know. Everything in you is screaming, that's wrong! But stick with me here. Consider this. Every great invention came from someone too lazy to do things the hard way. The wheel, the printing press, the internet, all created by people who thought, there's gotta be an easier way. But we've been taught that ease equals cheating, that suffering equals virtue, that complexity equals intelligence. Wrong. The highest performers have mastered strategic laziness. They find the 20% of effort that creates 80% of results. Then they ignore everything else. Not because they're undisciplined, because they're brilliant. My buddy Tom runs 3 companies. Know how many hours he works? 4 per day. That's it, because he only does what only he can do. Everything else? Automated, delegated, or deleted. Notice how you feel reading this. Part of you resists. That's your programming fighting back. But hidden in that resistance is your biggest opportunity. Because once you see what I'm about to show you, you can't unsee it. You don't have productivity problems. You have identity problems. Boom. Let that sink in. As long as you see yourself as someone who struggles with time management, guess what? You'll create evidence to support that story. Your brain loves consistency more than success. But flip the script. Start seeing yourself as someone who naturally finds efficient solutions. Suddenly, your brain starts hunting for evidence of that instead. This isn't woo-woo positive thinking. It's neuroscience. Every action you take is a vote for the person you're becoming. Every single action. And here's the beautiful part. You can start voting differently right now, this second. Not tomorrow. Not Monday. Now. Think about someone you know who's naturally organized. They're not trying to be organized. They just are. It's not effort. It's identity. My sister never loses anything. Ever. I asked her how. She looked at me like I asked how she breathes. I don't know. I just put things where they belong. That's identity. Not strategy. Which reveals the most powerful discovery of all. And this one's going to bend your brain a little. Time isn't fixed. Einstein proved that. But you don't need quantum physics to experience it. Remember being a kid? Completely absorbed in play? Hours felt like minutes. That's flow state. And it's not random, it's reproducible. Scientists have mapped it. Flow happens when 3 things align. Clear goal, immediate feedback, challenge matches skill. Video games nail this formula. That's why they're addictive. But you can engineer this into any task. Take writing. Unclear goal. Write something good. Clear goal. Write 500 words about yesterday. See the difference? One creates resistance. One creates flow. The conventional approach says break through resistance. But resistance is just feedback. It's showing you where the design is broken. If you're watching this while procrastinating, perfect. That procrastination is data. It's showing you exactly where your system needs adjustment. You're not broken, your system is. But none of this matters until you understand the real enemy. And this enemy has a $1 trillion army. Your attention is the new oil. And tech companies are the new oil barons. Every notification, every infinite scroll, every just one more video, engineered by teams of neuroscientists to be irresistible. You're not weak for getting distracted. You're human-facing weapons-grade persuasion technology. Let me tell you something that'll piss you off. The average person checks their phone 96 times per day. That's once every 10 minutes, for 16 hours straight. You're not using your phone. Your phone is using you. But here's what they don't want you to know. The same psychology that traps you can free you. Design your environment like they do, but for your benefit, not theirs. Remove friction from good choices. Add friction to bad ones. Make the right thing the easy thing. Put your phone in another room. Not because you lack willpower, because you understand physics. Objects at rest stay at rest. My friend Mike lost 50 pounds with one change. He put his running shoes next to his bed. That's it. Seeing them first thing made running the path of least resistance. This simple shift changes everything. But it only works if you understand the next piece. And this is where 99% of people completely miss the point. Most productivity advice focuses on time. But time without energy is worthless. You could have 24 free hours, but if you're exhausted, you'll waste them all. Energy is the multiplier everyone ignores. Your energy runs on cycles. Ultradians, 90-minute focus waves. Circadians, daily rhythms, monthly, seasonal. Fighting these cycles is like swimming upstream, exhausting and pointless. Here's what actually works. Map your natural rhythms. Schedule creation during peaks. Admin during valleys. Rest during crashes. I tracked my energy for a month. Turns out I'm brilliant from 6009 a.m., useless from 2004 p.m. So I write in the morning, email in the afternoon. Game changer. Not because some guru said so. Because my biology demands it. That voice saying this won't work? That's fear of success. Because success means change, and change feels like death to your survival brain. But you're not trying to survive anymore. You're trying to thrive. Which brings us to the moment where everything falls apart. And this is exactly where you need to pay attention. Here's where most people quit. They try the new approach. It feels amazing. Then life happens. They fall back to old patterns, feel like failures, give up. But hidden in that failure is the secret to permanent change. I'll never forget the day I thought I'd figured it all out. New system, new habits, everything clicking. Then my kid got sick. Project deadline hit. Car broke down. All in 1 week. My perfect system crumbled. Old me would have quit. But then I noticed something. Even in the chaos, I did one tiny thing different. Put my journal by my bed instead of my phone. That's it. You're not supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to be persistent. Every setback is data. Every mistake is feedback. Every failure is progress in disguise. The old you would have seen this as evidence you can't change. The new you sees it as evidence you're changing. Because transformation isn't a straight line. It's a spiral. You circle back to familiar places, but each time from a higher level. Consider this. Bamboo grows underground for 5 years before breaking through. 5 years of invisible progress. Then it shoots up 90 feet in 6 weeks. Your transformation works the same way, invisible until it's undeniable. But first, you need the complete system. And when you see how simple this actually is, you're going to laugh. Everything you've learned connects into one elegant system. Identity drives environment. Environment drives action. Action drives results. Results reinforce identity. It's a loop. A beautiful, self-reinforcing loop. You don't need more willpower. You need better design. You don't need more hours. You need better energy. You don't need more motivation. You need better identity. Start with one tiny change, so small it's laughable. Put your journal next to your coffee maker. Set your running shoes by your bed. Delete one app from your phone. These aren't productivity hacks. They're identity votes. Each one whispers, "I'm someone who," and those whispers become your truth. But here's where everything changes, because once you see this, you can't go back. Look at your life right now. All the stress, the overwhelm, the constant feeling of being behind. None of it is necessary. All of it is optional. You've been playing a game with rules designed for you to lose, but you can stop playing right now, this moment. Not by doing more, by questioning everything. Why do you need to respond to emails immediately? Says who? Who decided your worth is measured in tasks completed? When did busy become a badge of honor? These aren't laws of nature. They're collective delusions, and you can opt out. Here's your new game. How much can you accomplish with how little effort? How much joy can you pack into each day? How present can you be for what matters? Different game. Different prizes. Different life. I have a friend who works 20 hours a week, makes 6 figures, travels constantly. Everyone asks his secret. He smiles and says, "I stopped playing by their rules." That's it. That's the whole secret. So here's where we are. You now understand why traditional productivity fails. You see the invisible scripts running your life. You know how to work with your brain instead of against it. Most importantly, you realize you're not broken. You've just been using the wrong operating system. Your next step is stupidly simple. Choose one area of friction in your life. Just one, then remove it, not through discipline, through design. Maybe it's putting your vitamins next to your toothbrush. Maybe it's deleting social media from your phone. Maybe it's saying no to one commitment that drains you. Whatever it is, make it laughably easy. Because easy compounds, easy builds evidence, easy changes identity. You're not someone struggling with productivity anymore. You're someone who naturally finds efficient solutions. You're someone who designs their environment for success. You're someone who values energy over hours. And that someone doesn't need another productivity system. They need permission to trust themselves. Consider this your permission. The most productive people on earth share one secret. They've stopped trying to be productive. They've started trying to be themselves. Turns out, that's the same thing. Your old life is calling. It wants you back. It's comfortable there, familiar, safe. But you? You're done with safe. You're ready for extraordinary. And it starts with one laughably small change. Today, right now, welcome to your new life. It's been waiting for you all along.